Let's speak to Peter Mathews, who's a professor of political science at Cyprus College and the author of Dollar Democracy. He joins us now from Los Angeles. Peter, so how do you assess the current situation, given everything that's unfolded in the last couple of hours?
Pretty remarkable, but not entirely unexpected, because we knew it was going to be very close. We thought possibly that Biden could take a swing state like North Carolina. That's still not over yet. The counting is still going on. But the states you have to watch are the ones that still haven't counted the absentee vote and the early vote, and that's those three blue wall states. And if Trump can win one of those, it'll make it difficult for Biden to win. But I think there's a chance that Biden can win all those three states. And he also has one Arizona, as you pointed out, and he's got some more electoral votes out of Maine, I believe. So he's getting pretty close. But it's very unpredictable still. And yet it's not totally unexpected, because we know this was going to be very close.
What do you make of the president's intervention, effectively giving a victory speech, saying that most of the people have voted for him, so he should be president, and Joe Biden should accept that?
Totally unconscionable, unprecedented. No other candidate, Democrat or Republican, has ever said this ever in our history before. And it's just unacceptable. And he's really delegitimizing the American system and political system itself, and trying to disenfranchise so many millions of voters who voted in those early days legitimately. And by the way, I want to clarify something. There's not an ongoing vote. There's an ongoing count, and the count is legal in those states. The voting has already ended. It ended today. So we need to make that clear so people don't get confused with the two. The president's trying to confuse people by saying there's ongoing voting past the deadline. It's absolutely not true. So it's unconscionable what he's doing. He needs to settle down and be more calm about it, and be part of the rule of law principle that this country is based on, and to accept that, and accept defeat if he gets defeated, accept victory if he really wins the victory. That would be fine too. But he has to win it. He can't just grab it.
What we've seen has not been the Democratic blowouts that some polls were predicting. Where do you think the Democrats went wrong with this?
The tough answer there this early. We have to analyze the actual exit polls, for example. We have to look at the intricacies of the polling and where it may have gone wrong in the sampling, where there's some hidden Trump voters. That was also a big theory for a long time, and some of us thought it may be legitimate that many Trump voters did not want to admit they were going to vote for Trump, but they would vote for him anyway, as they did back in 2016. That could have happened again. So we don't know yet until we analyze it more carefully. And it is disappointing for some Democrats to have not won at least a state like North Carolina, and possibly even Georgia, which could still happen, because don't forget, some of these areas are urban areas. This is Atlanta votes have not come in yet. They're going to start counting them tomorrow morning. And Atlanta is an urban area. It's heavily African-American. It is more progressive than the rest of the state. And if those votes come in and President Trump now is only 2% ahead of Joe Biden in Georgia, it could make a difference. I think Democrats are a bit looking forward to that. I'm a little disappointed in not taking Georgia or not taking Florida. And certainly Texas looked pretty close there for a while. But I wouldn't be completely disappointed, because if Biden gets enough electoral votes to win, it's still very legitimate. He won the election. And I would probably going to predict that he'll probably win the popular vote as well.
Yeah, Florida was interesting, wasn't it? It seems as if that the Donald Trump message that a wave of socialism was about to sweep the United States resonated certainly with Latinos in Florida.
It did, primarily with Latinos who are the Venezuelan Latino immigrants, and the immigrant citizens who were from Cuba, who are mostly very conservative, more right-wing, very anti-communist in their own thinking. And I think Trump played up to this and tried to call Biden and his supporters socialists, or in some cases, who knows, maybe even communists. And it was egregious to mislabel someone like that. But, you know, we need to go back to the era when people debated each other. Parties actually had differences in real issues and ideology, and they debated it and accepted the defeat or accepted the argument one way or the other. That kind of democracy has to be returned in this country. We've strayed a long ways from that, and it's become name-calling and high-tech campaigning and advertising and Madison Avenue and even underhanded tactics to win at any cost. And that really causes democracy to suffer. It causes policy to suffer, and it causes the American people to suffer in the long run. That's not right. I hope it changes.
Peter Mathews, thank you for that. Great analysis. Thank you.
My pleasure. Thank you so much.